Hey guys, Johnny Crims 2000 here, and welcome to a special rant video, if you will. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I figure why not? Let's do one today. And if you guys have seen the title of the video already, then you probably already know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about the grenades in Halo 4. Now, before I get with what I want to say here, I have these bullet points, so I have to make sure that I get through all of them here. Let me just kind of clarify my stance on Halo. I've been a fan of Halo since the beginning, meaning that I remember buying, or I shouldn't say I bought, but I remember playing the very first Halo game, Halo Combat Evolved, on the original Xbox the day it launched. So back in November of 2001, a friend of mine in my neighborhood, he pre-ordered it, and we played the hell out of it when it first came out. And ever since then, I've been playing Halo throughout the entire series, meaning that I got Halo Combat Evolved, played it, beat it, got Halo 2, played it, beat it, played the online. I played the hell out of it online. That was one of my first big exposures to online gameplay was through Halo 2, through the gameplay of that game. Got Halo 3, played the hell out of that too. Got Halo 3 ODST, played the hell out of that too. Got Halo Reach. The only game that I really haven't touched at all has been Halo Wars, but that's kind of like that's sort of like it's not part of the main series. It's part of the Halo mythos, but it's not part of the main series. And then I just now recently got Halo 4. In fact, I got it about 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing that a lot. I know I'm late, but I know that Halo 4 has been recently included in the Master Chief Collection, so I'm hoping that this topic is still relevant to a lot of people who have played Halo 4. So what I mean to say when I say all those things is that I've known Halo for a long time. I know Halo. Like, if there's one game that I know a lot of, it's Halo, because I've had a lot of exposure to it, and not just from the gameplay standpoint, not just from the multiplayer standpoint, but from the storyline standpoint. You know, like I love going onto Halo Wiki, the Halo Wiki, Halopedia, and just reading, you know, nonstop stuff about Halo. So I like to think that I have a good grasp on the series. I have a good idea of what the series is about. Having said that, though, having played Halo 4 for a good 2 weeks now, having a good grasp of what it is, I haven't beaten it yet, so maybe that's, you know, I should also mention that. But I have to say, out of all the changes that were made to Halo 4, most of them I like. The one thing that I cannot defend is the grenades in that game, specifically the plasma grenades in Halo 4. To put it bluntly, the plasma grenades in Halo 4 are pretty useless. And there's a lot of reasons why. Let me just say, there's really two reasons why, two big reasons why. The reasons that they suck, and other reasons that pertain to the gameplay that don't help it at all. The first big thing about the plasma grenades is, compared to previous installments in the Halo series, their splash damage, meaning the damage that they do around them when they go off, has been severely reduced. Like, they were incredibly nerfed in this game, to the point where unless your opponent, like your enemy, somebody else in multiplayer, unless they are straddling the plasma grenade, meaning that they have 1 foot on each side of the plasma grenade and they are looking down at it on the ground, they won't die. And it's incredibly annoying when you think about how the series has been up to this point. When you compare the plasma grenade from Halo Combat Evolved, which was probably at its most OP, and you compare that to how it looks now, it's a joke. It's very baffling. You know, in Halo Combat Evolved, the original Halo, the plasma grenades were massive. Like, the splash damage in that game were absolutely massive. And in Halo 4, they don't do barely any damage. Now, some people may say that, you know, oh, it's because it's meant to just break the shields. It's supposed to bring the shield down, and then you can one-shot the enemy. I'm a good Halo player. I'm no expert, you know, I don't go around like competing in tournaments and stuff like that, but I'm a good enough Halo player online. You can check out my videos. Like, I've done a couple videos on Halo 3 and Halo Reach online, and I've done that. You know, I've thrown a plasma grenades at people's feet and it exploded. And I always aim for the head. I always aim for the head with a battle rifle and stuff like that. And even at that point, I cannot. It pretty much, it may lower the shields a bit, but maybe like by half, but nowhere near the amount of damage that they used to do in the past. And it's extremely annoying as somebody who's played Halo as much as I have. It even got to the point where in the story mode, you have these grunts called the suicide grunts, which they hold 2 plasma grenades in each one of their hands, and they rush towards you and they blow themselves up. I ran into one of those suicide grunts, and in the past games, even on normal, if they got up to you and they blew up, that was pretty much a game over. You died instantly because of the grenades. In this game, I was looking at this grunt's forehead, like literally, I was looking at them in their forehead. I didn't see them coming, and they got right up to my face, blew up, and I maybe dropped down to like half of my shield. That's how weak the plasma grenades have gotten in Halo 4, and it's such a joke. The other thing is that they don't have nearly as much of an effect on vehicles either, and that's a problem because that was a big thing as far as the strategy on how to use plasma grenades in the past games were. You know, if you had vehicles on the opposite team, you got some plasma grenades, you went in the line of fire, and right before you died, you kind of sacrificed yourself, but you threw the plasma grenade, hope that you know, it stuck to the vehicle, whether it was a warthog or a ghost or even a banshee. Stuck it to the vehicle, it would blow up, and most of the time it would blow up the vehicle. If it didn't blow up the vehicle, it would at least kill the person that was inside the vehicle. That was one of the advantages of using plasma grenades, is that they were anti-vehicle weapons. You know, that's what they were used for. That's what they do. In this game, they don't do that. I've had it to where I've had to use 2 plasma grenades on a ghost. Mind you, the Ghost have probably some of the weakest armor in the entire Halo series. I think it's that, and I think they're even lower than Banshees. But the point is that it shouldn't take 2 plasma grenades, 2 full-on plasma grenades, stuck at, you know, at the HUD, like not the HUD, but the front part of the Ghost, for it to explode. And I'm not even talking just like exploding the vehicle, like the Ghost itself. I'm talking like even the guy driving the Ghost doesn't get affected at all either. Like they get hurt, but it's pretty much the same thing as before, where it's like, you know, they take minimal damage and it doesn't really do anything. So it should never be like that. So that's a huge problem, because when you see how useful the plasma grenades were in Halo Reach, and then you move forward to Halo 4, it's a huge difference. You really, you know, it becomes a problem really, and the gameplay itself from Halo 4 doesn't really help it. You know, some people have said that the reason why they nerfed the hell out of the plasma grenades was for, you know, gameplay balance and things like that, and I could understand that. However, you know, I could understand the fact that you can only get 2 grenades at a time in Halo 4 as opposed to 4 in Halo Reach. I believe it's a Halo Reach, either Halo Reach or Halo 3. So you only get 2 grenades at a time in Halo 4 with plasma grenades. If they were still the same amount of power as they were in Halo Reach, I could understand that. However, you know, well, I can understand that. I can also understand the fact that you can't find grenades on the map the way you used to. You know, like in Halo Reach, there were specific areas on maps where you could find specific types of grenades. You know, so sometimes you would find frag grenades in a certain area. They would always respawn there. You would find plasma grenades at another area. They would always respawn there. You know, in Halo 4, it doesn't do that. You start off with grenades, and the only way that you can get them is if you you reload them yourself through the system that they use in Halo 4. So you only start out with 2. You can't find them on the map, and you can't find them on enemies that you kill. So at any given time, you only ever have 2 plasma grenades at a time, which again, when they're this weak and they're this nerfed, it really makes them pretty much useless. Again, in Halo, just to compare like 2 scenarios, in Halo Reach, I would always, and you guys can go back and look at my videos before that I've done on playthroughs of Halo Reach Online, the gameplay videos that I've done playing online. You guys can look at that for reference. What I usually do is I would always throw a plasma grenade or any kind of grenade really, but mostly, we're talking about plasmas here. I would throw a plasma grenade in a group of people that if they didn't die, unless they were like extremely close to the grenade, a plasma grenade, which most of the time they would clear out. It would explode. It would lower their shields, if not kill them instantly, and then I would just headshot, 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 and they would all die. I could clear out a room pretty decently. In Halo 4, you can't do that. It doesn't do any damage or nearly as much damage as it once did. You still have to deal with the fact that you have multiple enemies, and almost all of them don't. Their shields don't drop enough to where one person could clear them all out, like I used to in Halo Reach. And the other thing that I need to mention is that the timer on them has been noticeably lengthened, meaning that the time that it takes for them to explode, I've noticed, has increased. So not only is the splash damage a lot smaller, but you also give them more time to run away from the actual plasma grenade, meaning that any chance of you killing somebody by just throwing the plasma grenade at their feet has been exponentially lowered in Halo 4. I can count on my hand. Mind you, like I said before, I've only been playing Halo 4 for maybe about 2 weeks straight, because I love Halo and I love this game. But again, this is the thing that really bothers me about it. But I've been playing about it for 2 weeks online, both online and the story mode, and I can probably count on one hand the amount of times that I've killed somebody with a plasma grenade. And I don't mean like stick where it's stuck to them, which thankfully still kills them. If you stick the plasma grenade to them, it still kills them. But I can count maybe 2 or 3 times where I've actually killed somebody by the plasma grenade landing at their feet. That's a problem, because it's not like, granted you can still have an instant kill if you stuck the plasma grenade to the person, but you have to realize that's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and you have to really get up to the person. You really have to know the trajectory of the grenade, how it, how you throw it, how far you throw it, the arc. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So just saying like, oh well, you're doing it wrong. You're not supposed to throw the grenade at their feet. You're supposed to stick the grenade to the person, and then it blows up, and then you get the instant kill. Like, yeah, I know that, but you're not always gonna do that. So that means that every time that I throw the grenade, I miss, which is gonna happen a lot. The people aren't just gonna stand there and let you just throw a plasma grenade at them. So it's gonna miss. It's gonna land right next to them, and by that point, you might as well just say F it, because it's not gonna do anything. So again, long story short, Halo 4 plasma grenades have been completely nerfed. In my opinion, they're not completely useless, but it's kind of hard not to say that they're, compared to how they were before, yeah, they're pretty useless. You can't kill large groups of enemies anymore. You can barely kill one person anymore with it, unless you stick them with the sticker grenade to them. They're not good for anti-vehicle strategy, or they're not as good. Like I said before, you need 2 plasma grenades just to kill a ghost. Don't even get me started on tanks and banshees and warthogs and stuff like that. And they're just, Halo 4 they did a lot of stuff right. I love the game so far. I love everything that they've done. I'll still like it, but this is one of the things that I'm just like, 343 Studios just, they messed up. They really messed up on this. I hope to God that Halo 5 fixes this, because plasma grenades just are useless. It used to be a big part of my strategy as far as multiplayer is concerned. Nowadays, they're just like, I have them, but I really can't make good use out of them a lot of times. And it's sad, because the plasma grenades used to be a big part of what made Halo fun. It was a unique thing. You didn't see that in other first-person shooters, so it's pretty sad. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I want to know what you guys think of the plasma grenades. Have you had this problem? If this is the first Halo game that you've ever played, what do you think about the plasma grenades? Do you find a good use for them, or let me know what you guys think. Convince me that they are useful, because so far, and from my experience, from all my Halo experience, I can honestly say plasma grenades are they're stupid and they're useless in Halo 4. As much as it hurts me to say that. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. This is Johnny Crumbs 2000, and I will see you in my next video. All right, peace out. As always, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more stuff from me. In the meantime, if you like my videos, be sure to find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Raptr, and Screwattack.com to see the other gaming-related content that I upload. Info is in the description. Who knows? Maybe you'll like my stuff. Maybe. Maybe.